The Upanishads are ancient Hindu scriptures that explore deep spiritual truths about life, consciousness, and liberation, moksha. Among them, the Kena Upanishad stands out as a philosophical inquiry into the source of perception and consciousness. It seeks to uncover the force behind all experiences, both internal and external, ultimately leading to the realization that Brahman is the true essence of all existence. This Upanishad is presented as a dialogue between a student and a teacher, unfolding profound truths about the self, knowledge, and liberation. Belonging to the Samaveda, the Kena Upanishad is highly respected for its deep wisdom and structured inquiry. It consists of 4 chapters, beginning with a fundamental question: what is the true power behind all our senses and thoughts? This question sets the foundation for understanding Brahman, the ultimate reality, and the path to spiritual liberation. Chapter 1: The Ultimate Question. The student begins the inquiry by asking a series of profound questions. Who makes the mind think? Who directs the breath to move? Who gives the power of speech? What force allows the eyes to see and the ears to hear? These questions are significant because they challenge us to think beyond the physical mechanisms of life and instead seek the unseen force that animates all functions. The teacher responds by explaining that there is a deeper force behind all sensory and mental activities, Brahman. This force is described as the ear behind the ear, the mind behind the mind, the speech behind speech, the eye behind the eye, and the life behind life. Brahman is the underlying awareness that enables all actions and perceptions. The wise, who recognize this truth and detach from their senses, attain immortality, meaning liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The teacher further explains that Brahman is beyond human perception. The eyes cannot see it, nor can speech describe it. Even the mind cannot fully grasp Brahman, as it is beyond both what we know and what we do not know. This wisdom has been passed down from ancient teachers who understood that Brahman is the foundation of all existence. Brahman is not an object of worship, nor is it something that can be experienced through the senses. Speech cannot describe it, but Brahman allows speech to exist. The mind cannot comprehend it, but Brahman enables thought. Sight cannot perceive it, but Brahman makes vision possible. Hearing cannot hear it, but Brahman enables sound to be heard. The sense of smell cannot detect it, but Brahman makes smell possible. Thus, Brahman is not a deity or external entity. It is the awareness that allows all experiences to occur. Chapter 2: Can Brahman be known? The teacher then challenges the student's understanding, explaining that Brahman cannot be fully known in the conventional sense. If one claims to know Brahman completely, they have only grasped a limited aspect of it. Brahman is beyond intellectual comprehension and cannot be captured by human thoughts. However, true seekers should continue to explore deeper understanding as knowledge of Brahman unfolds gradually through realization. The student reflects on this and acknowledges the paradox of knowing Brahman. They express that they feel they know Brahman, yet they also realize they do not fully understand it. This realization is profound. Brahman cannot be known like ordinary things in the world. The one who understands this paradox truly grasps the nature of Brahman. The teacher reinforces this idea by stating that if someone says, "I know Brahman completely," they do not truly know it. But if someone accepts Brahman is beyond knowing, they are closer to understanding it. Brahman is not an object to be analyzed. Rather, it is the very awareness that makes all knowledge possible. By recognizing Brahman in every moment of experience, one attains true immortality. This immortality is not about living forever in a physical body, but understanding that the true self was never born and can never die. Strength comes from knowing the self, and true liberation is achieved through wisdom. The teacher warns that failing to realize Brahman is the greatest loss in life. Those who do not seek this higher truth remain trapped in ignorance and suffering, while the wise who see Brahman in all beings free themselves from worldly attachments and attain freedom. Chapter 3: The Story of the God's Pride. To illustrate the importance of humility in recognizing Brahman, the Upanishad tells a symbolic story. The gods won a great battle and became arrogant, believing that their victory was solely due to their own power. They celebrated, declaring, "This victory is ours." However, they failed to realize that their strength came from Brahman. To correct their pride, Brahman decided to teach them a lesson. It appeared before them as a mysterious being, but the gods did not recognize it. Wanting to understand what this being was, they sent Agni fire to investigate. Agni, full of confidence, claimed, "I can burn anything." Brahman placed a small straw before him and asked him to burn it. Despite all his efforts, Agni failed and returned, admitting, "I do not know who this being is." Next, the gods sent Vayu in to investigate. Vayu boasted, "I can blow anything away." Once again, Brahman placed the same straw before him and asked him to move it. Vayu exerted all his strength but failed. He too returned and confessed, "I do not know who this being is." Finally, the gods sent Indra, the king of the gods, to investigate. Before Indra could ask anything, Brahman disappeared. Instead, in that place, Indra saw a luminous woman, Uma, the goddess of wisdom. He approached her and asked, "Who was that being?" Chapter 4, The Truth is Revealed. Uma revealed to Indra that the mysterious being was none other than Brahman. She explained, "It was not your power that won the war, but the power of Brahman." The gods had been arrogant, thinking their strength was their own. In truth, Brahman was the unseen force behind all their achievements. Upon hearing this, Indra realized the truth. Among all the gods, he was the first to understand that their victory was due to Brahman, making him the greatest among them. This story teaches that true wisdom comes from humility and recognizing that all power and intelligence come from Brahman. The teacher further explains that Brahman is like a flash of lightning. It appears and disappears in an instant. This means that Brahman cannot be understood through ordinary thinking, but must be experienced in moments of deep meditation and stillness. When the mind becomes quiet, it naturally moves toward Brahman. Brahman is the greatest treasure, greater than any wealth or power. Those who recognize it attain everything they truly desire: peace, freedom, and ultimate joy. The student, eager to learn more, asks, "Teach me more about Brahman." The teacher replies, "I have already told you the truth. Now it is up to you to experience it for yourself." In the final teaching, the Upanishad emphasizes that self-discipline, meditation, and the study of sacred texts are essential for realizing Brahman. Truth is the foundation of this knowledge. The one who truly understands the Upanishad transcends all sins and reaches the highest spiritual state. In conclusion, the Kena Upanishad teaches that true liberation, moksha, comes from recognizing that Brahman is our true self. It is not separate from us, nor is it something to be attained. It is already what we are. Brahman is not something external, nor can it be grasped by the senses. It is the awareness in which all experiences occur. The final teaching is clear. Those who realize Brahman go beyond birth and death, while those who fail to do so remain trapped in suffering. The Upanishad reminds us that the real journey of life is not about chasing external success, but about realizing our inner divine nature. This realization brings true freedom and eternal peace. Thus, the Kena Upanishad teaches that true success in life is not found in wealth or power, but in the realization that we are already free, already one with Brahman. Please like this video, subscribe or follow this channel, and share the timeless wisdom with the world. Om Tat Sat.